back to the channel. Next to me today is Ben Rain from Ben Rain on YouTube and Instagram. He is standing next to his lovely E89 Z4 35 IS. Anyway, ample opportunity today that I'm with my E85 Z4 that we do like a little bit of a comparison. I did this almost a year ago with Zimba Motoring, and he had I think he has a 20i or a 23i E89. Anyway, today I wanted to focus more on if the E89 Z4 is worth an upgrade from the E85/E86. So you may or may not know, if you've seen Ben on the channel previously, he actually had E85 Z4 beforehand. So I think the best thing to do is to jump in Ben's car and get his opinions on what the differences are and whether he's happy with upgrading to the E89. Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear.
All right.
Oh, I love this place.
It's a nice place.
I do love this place. If you guys have been watching the channel for a little while, you will have seen, I made it sound like in the intro that Ben's just got this car, so I'm going to really awkwardly take my coat off now.
You couldn't have done that outside, could you?
Sorry. Yeah, I made it sound like Ben's just got this car.
I've had it 10 months.
You've had it 10 months, exactly.
I've only done...
And I actually did a video with you in May last year where I drove it.
I've only done about 4,000 miles though.
Yeah, it's not your daily, is it?
No.
And how much did you, when you had your E85/6, well no, it was an E85.
E85, yeah.
How did you drive that daily, or did you have a company car at that point as well?
I drove that daily. I had that car for 2 years.
Okay.
And I drove it daily until I started up my company where I am now, where I've got a work car.
Okay.
And then it became a weekend car.
Okay. That makes
basically
sense. So you did probably more miles on that one than you.
Yeah, I think I got up to like 120,000 in that, and
Okay.
I bought it at 85,000.
Really?
Yeah.
And how long did you have the car?
2 years, just over 2 years, I think.
Gosh, you did some serious, like the same as me, because I've had that.
I just,
16 months?
Mainly trips to the garage because it never stopped breaking down. But
Yeah, it wasn't the most reliable, was it? And how's this been? Like, let's get on the road and we can talk about this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but I guess that's an interesting point you've just raised immediately, is sort of the reliability. I guess how does that compare to your E85/6 with this?
my E85 lasted, the day I bought it, it lasted 3 hours and then broke down.
You're joking.
Kid you not.
What happened?
Everything.
Oh my goodness.
Everything. I wish I just, every single guy, every garage I took it to said, you wasted your time, you might as well have bought the 3 litre.
Oh really? So there was that sort of reliability?
Every guy. So if you're in the market for an E85, don't get a 2 litre, just get a 3 litre.
That's already been a very valuable first few minutes of the video then. So
I just want to rant on about that, but
I suppose the sort of people watching this video might be people that are umming and ahhing. Well, I mean, so for most of the people watching this video will probably be E85/6 owners.
yeah.
Thinking about their upgrade. I know my dad's sort of in that boat because he's got an E85, and he's thinking about moving into an E89. So it's that sort of audience, I guess. I mean, from my perspective, the immediate thing with these E89s is they are so much more solid. Like they feel
Put together.
Yeah, just so it feels like a proper cruiser. And this car reminds me of. If you guys may or may not have seen, it doesn't seem like anyone's watched them actually, but I went to America in November, and I had a Mustang, a V8 Mustang. We did like 2,500 miles in a week. It was a crazy trip. I filmed it all. It's on YouTube. But yeah, these remind me of that Mustang.
Well, that's what I like about this car. It's got 2 kind of characteristics. Like what we're doing right now is like 7th gear, normal mode, cruising.
Yeah.
And it's a comfortable GT car.
So comfortable.
But when you're on twisty roads like this and you put in Sport Plus and you're playing with the flappy paddles, it's just a monster. Yeah. And it stiffens up and it comes alive. Like,
it is. We've been filming a few other videos today, as you know. And we were giving it some beans earlier because we were doing an exhaust comparison. It's fast. It really is fast.
Beans now. Let's put it in everything.
Here we go, guys. Look.
It's changed down.
It really does pull.
Let's go a little bit slower.
Oh, he's doing the full experience.
Okay, 2nd gear, 30 mile an hour. Ready?
Uphill.
Uphill.
Whoa!
Bit bumpy.
The gear changes as well.
I love that when you're in Sport Plus, you can feel the gear changes. When it's in normal, you can't feel the change of gears, but Sport Plus has a little jolt.
That's good, so you can adapt it to how you want to drive.
That's quite nice.
Whereas mine, the E85's literally got sport mode and that's it, and that changes throttle response and
And it says normal, sport and sport plus, but I've never put it in sport because sport plus, isn't it?
Sport plus, why would you bother with sport? So I guess it's worth pointing out this is the 35 IS of the E89 model, so it's the most powerful, best spec'd. It's got 340 brake horsepower, so we're actually talking about something here that is a lot faster than my car. It's actually a different league in terms of price as well. You might be looking at around 4 or 5 grand for something like mine, maybe with a few less miles, whereas these you're looking at more like 15 grand. So yeah, it's a different league of car, but it's just...
I'll tell you what, we've just been out in your car. Your car is actually quite quick.
It's not bad.
I think it is quick, to be fair.
And it's because it's lighter as well.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And a lot of E85 and E86 owners don't like this car. They don't like the E89.
Okay.
And I've had quite a few conversations with quite a few people, and quite a few people have said like they don't like this car, but seeing this one, I think it's a spec. They really, really love it.
Yeah, I never really. So at the time that I filmed that video with you in May, and you bought this, at that time I didn't really like E89s at all.
When I had my E85, I didn't like the E89 either.
Interesting.
I thought it was a bit, I don't know, soft. But I think that's because the majority of E89s out there are white and all like 2 litres, which is a bit.
Yeah, I've never driven.
Soft.
Do you know what? The only one I've driven is yours, and that's obviously this is the most powerful one. My only complaint with it there is that the steering was a bit light, and it doesn't feel as well connected to the road. But it certainly would outperform the 3 litre Z4 E85 and the E86 SI or the E85 SI. It definitely outperform those, but they do feel more raw, especially with the manual gearbox. But yeah, it's interesting. As from an aesthetic standpoint, I definitely didn't like these, but I do now.
Yeah.
Especially one that's done quite tastefully like yours.
Yeah. I think you just got to spend some time around them to get, I don't know, kind of get used to it.
I agree.
Like the metal folding roof is like such an upgrade.
I like a soft top though, but I do, again, it's grown on me. I like, obviously from a practicality standpoint, I was sitting in here, I'm probably not able to talk as loud to you guys as I would in my car, because it is just a lot more refined, very quiet.
But I like driving an E85 again, because it's like it's so much more simplistic, and you can feel it's lighter as well.
Yeah.
Like last week I drove a Z4M.
Okay.
Has the same power as this. To me personally, I need to drive it a bit more, but it felt. I think this is a bit quicker.
I think
personal.
This is turboed, isn't it?
Yeah, twin turbo.
That would be what, because I mean you've got that low down torque in this.
But I love the simplicity of the E85. It's kind of like going to an MX5 in the terms of a simple sports car. Yeah, it just makes you smile. And
it's interesting. I would say that this compared to like a 3 litre or 3 litre SI E85, they're almost different cars entirely. Yeah. Like I reckon you could have both. Like it might be quite fun to have an E85 as well.
I've debated that.
It's more of a sort of a I don't know, a weekend thing to just throw into every corner, and you know, manual gearbox. But I think we digress a little bit, because I mean, what we want to know is this a worthy upgrade? I think it depends how you use it. I think if you're using them every day, this is definitely like the way to go. Because this is so much more refined, it's so much quieter, it's got the 7-speed DCT gearbox should you want it, which I think is brilliant.
That's brilliant. If you can't be bothered to change gear, you just cruise along.
I know.
And it's fantastic.
You've still got the paddles as well.
And it's so relaxed. I'm pretty relaxed. You relaxed?
I'm very relaxed. Yeah. It's very nice. And
at a flick of a switch, it's just a mentalist.
And that's the other thing as well. Like, yeah, it is.
It's crazy.
It is good. But I mean, you wouldn't be too like horrified if you come out of a E85 Z4 and bought one of these and got into this, because there's a lot of similarities. Like everything's pretty much the same. This has just been taken up to the next level in terms of refinement and comfort.
Yeah, the tech as well is a worthy upgrade. I think if I was to go back to an E85, I'd struggle on the tech front. Yeah. This has got quite a lot.
I agree. I struggle getting out of this car and getting back into mine, because it is exactly like you say. So are there any sort of things in particular on this, having been an owner of an E85, that you really like? Obviously, you've mentioned in general the sort of equipment and everything is great. The refinement is great. But is there anything in particular that you think this really
coming from my
exceeds?
Yeah, coming from my E85, I love the cabin, and I didn't think I'd be a fan of cream leather, but actually I am. I think it looks very nice.
Old man
spec. I just love it. There's more space in here. The dash just looks completely different.
Yeah.
The tech, I've got sat nav, Bluetooth, which my E85 didn't have.
Yeah.
I had to put a module in for the Bluetooth.
Really nice sound system.
Yeah, upgraded sound system, nice steering wheel. The gearbox is fantastic. The power, just I still don't think I'm used to it.
Really?
Like when the day I picked it up, and my dad was driving my 2-litre one behind me. He's going, "Oh, now you be very careful. You're not used to that speed." And I was like, "Yeah, all right." Put my foot down and just fell in love. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's berserk.
Well, I can definitely say the same thing when I drove it.
If you're debating getting one, someone actually messaged me on Instagram and said, "I'm going to buy an E89. I'm debating the 2.5 litre or getting the 35i."
Okay.
I said, "Mate, don't even waste your time with the 2 litre. Sorry if anyone's got one."
Yeah.
But I said, just go straight for the 3 litre because you're going to love it. And he sends me messages now like, "I can't believe it." Like,
it's great.
It's insane.
It is. Yeah. There's
it's such a good car, and I think I'm sold on the looks now. Now that I've blacked it out, and it looks quite mean. It's got a good stance to it, and it's got quite a good presence, I think.
I agree. I've been converted. I've spent quite a lot of time around these E89s now, not just yours.
It turns heads as well, which is I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why I wasn't expecting it, but it does.
It does.
Like yesterday, someone shouted, "That's a really nice car, mate." And it's just like,
I think people. It's that same thing of sort of these. They look really new. They haven't aged.
No, I think your one as well.
People wouldn't know that you can pick these up for like around 10 grand if you go for maybe the 35i.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I think so. I mean, I guess categorically you would say yes, it's worth the upgrade.
Yeah, 100%.
You've obviously jumped quite abnormally from the 2-litre E85 to the 35i S E89.
A car I didn't actually know anything about.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, to be fair.
But I guess you could naturally, if I was to upgrade from my 3-litre, you might naturally upgrade to the 30i, which is a 260 brake horsepower, naturally aspirated 3-litre E89. So there's a load of, I mentioned this is probably around 15 grand for an IS, but there are loads out there for sort of under 10 now, 9.5 grand for a 6-cylinder 3-litre E89.
Weapon.
So yeah, I think they're definitely, if you're looking for a bit of extra comfort, these are by far and away a worthy upgrade. It's a massive step actually in refinement. So yeah, thank you, Ben, for driving me around and talking about your experiences with the 2 Z4s.
Oh, my 2 Z4s.
It's been fun. We've filmed a plethora of content today. That's a good word, isn't it?
Oh, big word.
And Ben, I know Ben will have probably, by the time you've seen this, Ben will have put some videos out, maybe an exhaust comparison video with my car. There's loads of videos as well with this car on Ben's channel. So do make sure to go and check out Ben's channel, because I can't film as many E89 videos as Ben, because Ben's got this car.
Yeah.
So there's tons out there, launch control, like you drag race this thing at Centre Pod, didn't you?
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I mean,
I wish I knew how to use the launch control for the drag race.
Yeah, that would have been helpful.
But now I do know how to use it, and it's insane again.
Brilliant. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for watching this one. Definitely head over to Ben's channel and check it out. Drop him a subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I will see you guys very, very soon.
Baby girl, what's happening? You and your ass invited, so gone